Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another review. My name is Abby, or Spaceman Chuck, and today we are going to be reviewing Suzume, directed by Makoto Shinkai. Makoto Shinkai's latest visual delight comes in familiar form, a tale of natural disaster interlaced with that of rebirth and resilience. Suzume is the story of a 17-year-old high school girl who discovers the fantastical truth about Japan's natural disasters. This tale is one woven through memories and slice of life substance that all amount to something so spectacularly big-hearted and hopeful. It's a film that accepts tragedy and nature at hand, whether human or cosmic. Suzume Iwato lives with her aunt in Kyushu. One day on her way to school, she is stopped by Sota, a college boy, questioning her about any abandoned areas nearby. She directs him to the closest ruins and, out of sheer curiosity, follows him soon afterwards. Once there, she discovers a lone door which, when opened, presents a starlit night sky in front of her. Though once she takes a step towards the scenery, she finds herself on the other side of the door instead. She can't seem to go in. After multiple attempts to no avail, she picks up a cat statue near the door and it transforms into a real cat, fleeing the site almost immediately. Suzume, in shock, decides to leave the area and return to school instead. During lunchtime, she notices a giant red worm-like entity soaring through the sky that seemingly only she can see. She rushes back to the ruins and finds the worm escaping from the lone door, with Sota attempting to close it. They shut the door and return to Suzume's house to patch up Sota's minor wounds. Though all of a sudden, the cat known as Daijin returns and transforms Sota into the child's chair that he was sitting on, the sole memento Suzume retains of her mother. Sota explains that Daijin is a keystone that, once removed, will allow more disasters to be unleashed and wreak havoc on Japan. Sota comes from a generation of closers, people who travel Japan maintaining this cosmic equilibrium to ensure the country doesn't lay waste to any more natural disasters. Suzume and Sota, now trapped as a chair, embark on a journey to track down Daijin and travel across the beautiful Japanese countryside to ensure the safety of the entire nation. Much like Shinkai's previous efforts, Suzume takes on the challenge of genre jumping throughout its winding narrative. This time around, it feels as if the director has a much more confident and purposeful grasp on the subject matter that he's picking at. Unlike Your Name, this is not a love story. Going into it as one may leave you disappointed. Shinkai's tale here is a much more endearingly messy one, feeling oddly more human and tangible because of it. There's a grand sense of adventure as the film winds down into being a fantastical road movie, exploring slices of life throughout the nation. The tale that Shinkai spins here is one that chooses to focus on the future instead of the past that we can't control. He asks many questions throughout the film's runtime, but it manages to regress back into Suzume's original trauma of losing her mother during the 3/11 tragedy. The film retains its fantastical whimsy without losing any of its profound revelations that translate beyond the screen. Though Shinkai takes on a broader range of subject matter here, he manages to sift through them with such grace and contemporary formality, not once losing his style for a moment either. Though because of what he takes on here and the way the story is presented, it may be a bit more inaccessible than his previous works. Comics Wave Films have crafted a gorgeously animated endeavor once more. Even if one cannot get aboard with the shifting narrative, it is undeniable the beauty within every frame of this. Experiencing 2D animation on the big screen is always a delight, and Suzume absolutely delivers on that front. A minor nitpick I do have, however, are the somewhat jarring 3D assets used in features such as this. I understand the efficiency in its implementation, but visually it can seem a little disorienting when the rest of the film is in 2D. Though it doesn't detract from the overall experience, it's a minor noticeable gripe I've had with a lot of 2D blockbusters in recent memory, though with varying results and as rare as they are nowadays. Makoto Shinkai touches on many similar themes in Suzume in relation to his previous works, though this truly feels like a refined effort, as if he's been able to hone in on his autorial quirks. It's a film that invokes a genuine sense of adventure found in childhood classics, while peeling back the layers on what makes life worth living in the first place. Shinkai never fails to see beauty in humanity through uncontrollable tragedy. The genuine love that comes across is not from the romance on display. It's through Shinkai's love of Japan and humankind. So with all that said, I'm gonna have to give Suzume a 4.5 out of 5. It is genuinely one of my favorites of the year. It honestly blew me away. The last 20-30 minutes of this movie were extremely emotional. I love naturalism and slice of life, and I don't get to experience that much in anime as I'd like to, so whenever I see a movie like this, it definitely stands out to me. And I also love the balance in which he takes that entire fantastical element of the film, but manages to mesh it so perfectly within these slower slice of life moments in which we see so many characters just being themselves, and it's such natural characterization. I don't know, I think Your Name is a great movie on its own right, but I think Suzume genuinely blows it away, both from a filmmaking standpoint and a narrative one. This is a film that I'm definitely going to be revisiting again before the end of the year, and it even reminds me of watching something like Spirited Away when I was younger, taking away a lot of the fantastical elements, but as I grew older, realizing it means so much more than what I gave it credit for when I was a child. And I hope that Suzume can do that for a lot of younger audiences now, being able to be captivated by all the gorgeous visuals, but slowly realizing that it means so much more. I know there's already a lot of Miyazaki comparisons, and I think a lot of those are kind of stretching it just because they're both anime. Suzume is a film that genuinely feels like a big swing knowing Shinkai's audience, and I'm just happy that he's able to make these big budget 2D blockbusters and have a genuine sense of personal creativity and direction within it all. So yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. My name is Abby, your spaceman Chuck. The next review I'm gonna have up is for Past Lives, the A24 movie directed by Celine Song, and I am writing that right now. I'm very excited to finish that and record the video, so make sure to stay tuned.